And hello everybody, welcome back to the video. Today we're inside of Whirlpool Parkour. This map promises to be quite interesting, to say the least. And yeah, we should probably go. Time has started. I do want to hopefully try and get a fairly good time. I will say, it feels like my sensitivity's off a bit. I don't know, it always feels weird switching Minecraft versions. Still, this looks like it's going to be a really cool map. Supposedly there's a lot of, like, blocks that are going to be moving around and stuff like that. I loaded up the world and, like, I did the whole jump to start thing, and I wasn't sure whether or not the time it actually started, so I just restarted. But, one thing I did notice is there's jump grades for this map, so it is one of the ones that keeps track of the number of times you jump and gives you grades off of stuff like that. So I do want to try and shoot for, you know, just, oh snap, just overall good grades across the board. Oh, and at the bottom it shows jumps now. I think 300 jumps was the best. Oh, like SS or whatever is 300. I don't remember. I don't want to waste time since obviously time's like the most important factor. Like, I'd rather get a really bad grade on jumps than a good grade on time. Because the thing about jumps is, like, if there's stretches where you have a lot of land without any actual jumps, you can jump a lot to speed yourself up. And, you know, if you're doing that, you get hurt on the jump front, but you gain a bit of room on the time front. And I'm the sort of person that would be jumping a lot for that. So, you know, I don't know how long this map is. So far, it's really cool. We're going pretty quickly through. Like, I did not expect to be going as fast as I am. These effects are crazy, though. Like, my word. Based off of the fact that we haven't really made many mistakes, and S++ is 300 jumps, I'd presume we're hitting about a third of the way through, or whatever, at this point. Also, those effects were cool with the way that door opened. Like, just in general, I know I've been kind of rushing through it, but like the sound effects and the visual effects on this map are some of the coolest I've seen in a really long time. We got set back pretty far there, though. Okay. I almost fell on those pillars, man. So I jumped to the wrong side there. I was supposed to go straight. That's my bad. Whoa! That caught me off guard. I take it I need to go down and fight my way up this. This is really interesting. Okay, cool. I don't know, I just am loving this map so much already. It's so cool on so many different fronts. Like, this is such a well-built map. It's crazy. I love maps like this with parkour, where it's like, you know, it's clear that the map creator just put lots of time into it, and instead of trying to draw out the map with a lot of, like, pointlessly difficult parkour and stuff like that, they set up a really just kind of easy to run through map that's just really relaxing, looks really cool, and is just really satisfying to play through. I just love that so much. Like, this is, in my opinion, the sort of parkour map that's the best. Is where, you know, clearly the main emphasis wasn't on making a really difficult map or a really easy map. The jumps are, you know, there to, you know, kind of give a reason for the map, but for the most part, it's a, you know, kind of relaxing, very visually appealing map. And I've dealt with a lot of maps in the past where they have a system like this one for deaths where, like, if you get off of the path, you end up dying. But this is the first one that I've dealt with that has, like, made sense. That, you know, I haven't at any point died and thought that really shouldn't have been a death. And I love the sound effects with that. It's so cool. Like, I get that I'm really, like, nerding over this map, but it's just so well built and honestly is just really impressing me. And, like, this is one of the first times that a map is kind of clustered as this. I haven't felt any confusion over which way to go. And just, I don't know, I'm loving it. This is... Okay, I'm falling on that now. This might, like, I get that, you know, I'm not even through it yet, but this might be one of my favorite parkour maps, like, of all time. This is such a good map. I can't get over this. And if I remember properly, I didn't even recognize the name of the map creator who made this. I'd have to look again to be sure, because I didn't really pay all that much attention to the map creator's name, which is strange because normally I at the very least check. But yeah, just the effects are so cool. Like, this is the sort of stuff that, like, whenever you see in Minecraft, it's always this kind of like a, like, kind of prove you can do it map. Like, the entire point of the map is, hey, we have this cool little mechanic that's possible in Minecraft. And the point is that then people go, oh my goodness, this is actually possible in Minecraft? That's crazy. But, like, seeing this sort of thing just in a parkour map for the sake of making the parkour map cool is just so awesome to me. And once again, I get that I'm kind of nerding over this map a lot, but it's just, like, even in the short time I've played this, this is one of the best maps I've ever played. And it might even, once again, I didn't see who made it. It might even be somebody that, as I mentioned, I've played maps from that uses this sort of checkpoint system in the past. Because this sort of checkpoint system is very reminiscent to other maps that I have played before. So maybe they've just improved at what they're doing. Oh, I just noticed the bar at the bottom that shows how far through you are. I'm getting pretty far. I mean, I've already failed the jump goal. And, oh my goodness, 4 minutes? Is it even possible to get through this that fast? I have a feeling there's some checkpoints and stuff involved for that. This is a really hard section, though. Is there any chance that, like, you can, like, get up easier another route? I don't think so. This little bit has kind of ruined my experience. Like, how do I put this? Like, this jump feels very out of place from the entire rest of the map, and I kind of dislike it when maps do this sort of thing. Where, you know, you go from kind of a relaxing parkour experience and suddenly throwing in a really difficult jump sequence. Like, I don't like it when maps do that. I feel like it's really out of place. Like, I'm kind of the mind that if you're going to make a difficult sequence of jumps, then, you know, kind of make that, kind of center your map around that. Oh, I keep just falling off now. don't like throw a really difficult sequence of jumps into a map that's otherwise really easy, because it just feels really out of place. Because the other thing is, like, even if it's a sort of jump that you can typically make, if the rest of the map has been easy, you're not really, like, warmed up to be facing more difficult jumps. And, like, this sort of thing is obnoxious. Like, I wonder... One thing that I wonder about this specific set of jumps, like, with kind of this vine, sometimes ladder sort of thing, where you have to bob up it and go over. I wonder if there is a trick with it. Because I've seen a lot more jumps like this lately, and I'm really bad at them. So I wonder if there's some sort of specific trick with them to make them easier. But this is completely killing my time. Like, I was doing great before this. I'm kind of annoyed, not gonna lie, that set up this sort of thing on it. Man, how do you make it around those corners? Like, I get this jump. This doesn't mean I can make it. Huh. I am struggling big time with this. I might end up just skipping this. Like, it just feels so out of place from the rest of the map. Like, I'm honestly kind of shook that they'd put this in. I wonder... Oh, interesting. You can go into creative mode and, like, test out the jumps and stuff, and it pauses your time. That's fascinating. How do you make it around this? One sec, guys. I'm gonna mess with this. Okay, guys. I think I'm probably just an idiot, but, like, I spent a couple minutes on it, and I could not figure out any way to get around that. I'm guessing it's probably just a parkour technique that I don't know and need to figure out. What? Oh, this. Wait. Or am I even more dumb than I thought? Because this is like... Wait. One sec. No! No! I'm dumb. You're supposed to go this way? Wow. All of my talk earlier about me... Yeah, it's no wonder it didn't feel like it belonged in the stinking map. It's because it didn't. And because I'm dumb and somehow actually mixed that up to think that was the way I was supposed to go. That is 100% my bad. I am dumb. I still wonder if there's a way to get around those vines. Because if there is, that would be a pretty big skip for the map. Oops. But yeah. No, I lost serious time because of that mistake, and jumps and fails and everything else. Specifically fails. Like, I'm pretty sure like half of my fails were due to that. Wow. I don't know. Sometimes with stuff like that, I'll pull something like that and just wonder how in the world I'm so dumb sometimes. Like, I think there's something to be said that there is no such thing as somebody that doesn't make dumb mistakes. It's just a matter of where you make them and being able to learn from said mistakes and improving them next time. But, like, that was really dumb. Oh, they put out the campfire for me. That was really nice. And that's it. That's the end. save. So I got D, D, C, and that was my first attempt. Man, that would have been so much better if I had not messed that up. You know what, guys? The video's only 15 minutes in. I feel like we could go for it again. I mean, it's a pretty short map, and I get that it kind of draws out the video. Like, from a video standpoint, I don't think it makes sense to go for it again, but I'm not super worried about it. Let's do this again. Let's see where we end up. I think I can get a much better score running it again. Like, just the difference on that one spot will save so much time. It's not even funny. Boom. These boosts are interesting. I just love this map so much. Like, it's pretty rare with a map that I finish it and I'm immediately just like, I want to do that again. And even doubly more so than I'm like, you know what? Let's leave the second one on recording. Although in part it's kind of because I want to prove that that was a fluke, that I got D's and a C for my ranking. And yeah, I kind of want to know where I would have landed otherwise. Like, sometimes I can avoid being competitive, but other times, like, I don't know. It comes out at weird times. That was a waste of some jumps, but it's fine. Continue straight. I tried to turn around. Like, I find with competitiveness that it's not that I'm not a competitive person. It's just that when it comes to being competitive, that stinks. I was going flawless up until that point. But when it comes to being competitive, like, I only feel competitive on very specific things, and I don't think it just has to do with like how much time I put into something. Like, I think actually the largest part comes in with how I view my skill level at. Like, something that I at least consider myself decent at, I get much more competitive about. Whereas, like, you know, if I'm playing an FPS game, I don't typically get all that competitive because I know that I'm not that good. I've already failed 3 times. I'm kind of upset about that. Which means I've fallen out of the S rank for fails, which is too bad, but it's fine. I wasn't really expecting to get, you know, like a perfect score. I mostly just want to, you know, switch those D's to, at the very least, like B's or something. I should still be able to hit pretty low on the jump ranking. Because, like, 300's SS, so I assume that that's, like, pretty much the minimum jumps necessary around. Like, I'd guess the minimum jumps necessary would be, like, 280 or something if you did it right, and then, as a result, 300's SS, you know, gives room for an extra, like, 11 jumps or whatever. That'd be my assumption. I feel like that's the way that makes, like, the most sense to do it. Okay. Still, this map's just, it's such a cool map. I know I'm gushing over it a lot, but it's just so well built. And it's short. Like, that's probably its biggest downside is, like, you know, it is a 10-minute map. You're not going to be playing it for much longer unless you're willing to run through it again. That's nice. So that's probably the biggest downside to it. is just, you know, it doesn't play for that long. But I would love to see some of the techniques used in this map become more mainstream across parkour maps. Like, I think it would just be so cool to have stuff like the, you know, clanking up blocks become commonplace. Whee! But yeah, huge props to the map creator for making this. I do need to go check who that was, because it might be a map creator I recognize. You never know. My assumption would probably be that, like, oh, it's a map creator that's done some other stuff beforehand, like on other sides of Minecraft programming, because this isn't typically what you see from parkour map creators. Granted, that might just be a bias on my part because I haven't seen anything like this in parkour before. So as a result, I, you know, just kind of jumped to the conclusion of not a parkour map creator. But maybe it's just a parkour map creator that, you know, learned some new tricks and added it to their maps. I don't know. Regardless, though, I definitely think you guys should go check out this map for yourselves. It's such a nice map to run through. And as long as you don't make this dumb mistake here, like I did trying to go up the vines, you'll be fine. Whoops. That was a dumb fail. Sneaking, got caught on the cactus. TNT, kaboom. Okay, this way. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to say. I've gushed over the map so much. Like, this is one of the few times that I've made a parkour map and I've been able to talk like the entire duration just about how cool the map is. And like, it's right at that difficulty level where it's not boring for somebody that, you know, is good at the game, because you can, you know, focus on trying to get a deathless run within X amount of time or whatever. But at the same time, it's not too hard for somebody that's gonna be new to parkour. Plus, I think for jumps like that where I just fell there, I'm pretty sure those give you a fail, but don't set you back. Okay, a C on time grade, a C on fail grade, and an A on jump grade. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't do better. I definitely think I could with a couple more runs. Like, frankly, just in general, I feel like I could have done better in general. Just, yeah. I feel like I struggled a bit more than I should have. Without, let's just come down here so I can do an outro. But yeah, like that's another thing that's kind of interesting to me is how, like, I struggled with it more than I feel like I should have based off the parkour. Oh right, map games. Zombie 111. I recognize the name, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, huge props to these guys. This was a wonderful job with the map. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.